Hey everyone, welcome to Aussie Homeschool Adventures. My name's Jo. It's great to have you here. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. As I said, my name's Jo. I'm a homeschool mum of two girls in Sunshine Coast in Queensland, Australia. And here on my channel, you'll find all things homeschooling, a little bit of motherhood, a little bit of our farm life thrown in for the mix as well. So today's video is going to be a short and sweet one. I went shopping at Kmart. Dangerous, very, very dangerous, at least for my bank account. So I thought I'd share with you the goodies that I purchased at Kmart Australia, especially for our homeschool. So the little pile here, and I'm just going to grab them and show you. Now, I'm a sucker for books, and you've probably seen other book hauls on my channel. This isn't entirely books, but there is quite a few books in here. So I picked up this beautiful book. Now, Marika Lake, I'm going to hold you responsible for this one. I saw this on your channel and went, oh, I need to have this book in my library. So I went and grabbed myself a copy. It is the most stunning book. She has a really detailed walkthrough on her channel, so be sure and go and check her out if you're interested. But this one is beautiful. I'll just show you a couple of pages just because I can. So it has beautiful laser cuts in it and lift the flaps. So like this page, for example, has beautiful little lift the flaps, and then there's beautiful pages like this that are just stunning. So it's all about the ocean. So it's an information one. So absolutely beautiful. And then I picked up this one. This is one of my favorite publishers for children. It's Lonely Planet Kids. This one's their Amazing World Atlas. I have lots of books on countries of the world, and we're always studying geography of the world around us. And I think it's a really interesting subject and a really good, nice one for the girls just to get a handle on the countries around us and how they live and how different they are from Australia. So this has all kinds of information in it. So it starts with maps of different areas. And then from that map page, you then have more photos and snippets of information about those countries. So United Kingdom, and then France, and just beautiful illustrations and nice little bite-sized pieces of information that I thought was just a really good age appropriate, and one that they can even grow with to a large extent. So really nice photos again, which Lonely Planet always has. And I love their photos and illustrations. Oh, and then in the back, that's cool, I missed that before, they have a whole big thing on flags. So all the different countries' flags. And there's like a little bite size, so their flag, their capital, population, area, official language, and their currency for all over the world. So that's really cool. Lonely Planet Kids, Amazing World Atlas. So absolutely beautiful book. And then to go along with that, I've already got the other two books that they've done in this series. I have their ocean book and the travel book. But this one is Lonely Planet Kids, the animal book. So we love animals as well. And we're doing a zoology science curriculum this term. So I'll leave a link to the zoology curriculum I'm using here, and you can check out that video on it. But once again, this has a beautiful mix of illustrations and real pictures of animals from all over the world. Oh, it has my daughter's favourite animal, sloths. My oldest loves sloths, my youngest loves llamas at this point in time. So, really beautiful book with hundreds of different animals, everything from, giant pandas to apparently a rooster, a jungle fowl. There you go. He looks like one of my domestic chickens in the backyard. Koalas. Got to have some Australian animals in there somewhere. So yeah, another really beautiful, great amount of information about a huge variety of animals. So yeah, another great one to add to your collection if you've got a budding zoologist in your family. And then the last one is DK, another one of my favorite publishers. This one looked really interesting. It's how to be a coder. My oldest is into coding and she's learning about that. But this isn't just coding on computers, which I was like, oh, fabulous because she's always on a screen, and I try and restrict her screen time as much as I can without being too harsh on it. So there's a whole big section on computer coding, but then there's a whole big contents list here of crafty coding, they're calling it. So doing things like the ideas that computer scientists use in coding can be found everywhere. In this chapter, you will see them in arts, crafts, recipes, and games. Try these activities to get familiar with the concepts that coders use every day. So I thought that was really cool. So there's like origami, which she loves, and like making paper boats. And there's bits of information here like about famous programmers and computer people from history. So that's Ada Lovelace. She was a mathematician from 1815. So yeah, that's really cool. Thing on paper, pixels, a scavenger hunt program to make your own little scavenger hunt thingy up, hiding stuff, so that's cool. Playing a game, like an illustration collaboration. So input output, so that's baking, making some scones, I think they're making. Yeah, and then up the top it even tells you, so it gives a link here, and then over here it talks about how to see it in code, how to code this skill. A game, a fortune teller, so you know the old school ones that we used to make in primary school. So I just thought it was a really cool mix of different things in there. She loved the look of it, and then how to code using Scratch. So we've dabbled in Scratch. The one that we use for coding our other coding book, so this one uses Snap to code with, whereas this one uses Scratch. So same but different. So yeah, so definitely this one is a fun mix of both hands-on coding and real life examples, and then how to take those coding skills into the computer and how to code using Scratch. So Scratch is a block-based language that lets you program by stacking blocks of code together. So there you go. There's a little thing on programming languages, so some of the different ones: Java, Python, Ruby, C++, more information on other famous coders and programmers. So yeah, Bill Gates was in there too. So this, I think, will be a really good unit study-esque kind of book for my 10 turning 11-year-old daughter. So there you go. They were all the books that I grabbed from Kmart, and then I picked up a couple of games for our HAS unit, our Australian studies. So Race Around Australia. This one looks like lots of fun. It's a geography adventure for ages 6 and plus. It's for 2 to 4 players. It's a trivia style game. So you have this cute little map that we are racing around, and I believe these are our cute little counters. Comes with the dice, obviously, and some trivia cards. Now these are color coded, so each color corresponds to the color on the map. So if you land on a green square, you might get a question like, which Australian animal has sharp spines? A hedgehog, a dingo, a wombat, or an echidna? And the answers are down the bottom. Purple question is, what meal would you eat a sanger? What does a flying doctor's service do is the blue question. The orange question is, what, can you do the Aussie crawl swim stroke? Act it out. And then the pinky coloured one is, what kind of dog is Bluey? So different questions, a variety of levels of challenges in there too, I think, and some really cool topics. Up the top, it's got some little fun facts about Australia, that we've got our area, the population, the currency, capital city, the 3 time zones that we have, our national fauna, flora, and our national anthem. So yeah, I thought that one would be a lot of fun and a good way to learn some more about Australia as we have fun playing. It also has this cute little brochure in here on kids tips and kids eyes only which is actually about mindfulness and self-confidence and stuff like that. So I thought that was kind of cool. So that was that one, Race Around Australia from Kmart. It was $8, so definitely a bargain. The next game was this one. So it's I Spy Australia, and it is by the same guys. So it's a Hinkler play. It's Let's Learn About Aussie icons and travel the country. It's for players, 2 to 4 players, and for ages 6 and up. So my girls might be a little bit too old for this one. I'll see how we go with it. But I thought it looked like fun, and I just grabbed it because once again, it was $8. Not that expensive. So it has a 10-second sand timer. That's how long you've got to find the things. We have our category tokens. So there's sport, animals, food, landmarks, and Aussie icons. And then we have our big map of Australia here. And then, so we choose a card from the deck and a token. And then depending on the color of the thing that you've chosen. So for example, they're all alphabetical. So, all right. W. The things on W, I've got our sport is water skiing. The landmark is wave rock. Wattle is our Aussie icon. Watermelon is our food, and wallaby is the animal. And then you've got 10 seconds to find them on the board. So it's a game of sort of speed and being able to identify things. So should be a bit of fun. Hopefully my girls will enjoy this one. Another way of just learning a few things about some different Aussie icons. And then I guess if there's stuff on here that we don't know, that they haven't heard of before, jump off and do some research about that landmark or that Aussie icon or that food. So a great way to do some fun hands-on house learning with your kids. So there you go. Kmart for the win. So this one was another $8 game from Kmart Australia. So there you go. So if you are a new homeschooler, I would highly recommend taking some time out and going to Kmart, jumping on their website if you don't live near one, but duck into Kmart and have a look. Their range of educational games and books and stuff like that, and even sort of like classroomy supplies. I've got other stuff that I've gotten from Kmart over the last few years is fantastic, and their price point is really quite good. I nearly bought, they had a little wooden hundreds board that looked really cool, and it was only $10. They have some great tools for fine motor or gross motor, like fine motor skills, so like tweezers and things like that. So if you've got little ones, they're really good for working those hand motor skills, those fine motor muscles in their hands before they start doing lots of writing. So definitely go and check your Kmart out. It will save you a bunch of money, and you'll be able to find some really cool, fun resources for your kids. So that's all I've got for you today. Hopefully you like this video. If you do, please do hit the like button below. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the bell button, and be sure to be turned on notifications so you'll know when I post another video to my channel. Otherwise, have a fabulous week, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!